You've reached Sam by Dustin Tao.
Can you hear me?
He says.
Julie?
The ocean fades and his voice comes through more clearly.
Are you there?
I blink off raindrops. I must have played one of his voicemails by mistake, but I thought I deleted them this morning.
If you can hear me, say something. Let me know if this is you.
I don't remember that line from before, so this must be something else. Maybe I hit my head and I'm suddenly imagining things. My vision blurs, so I close my eyes again to stop the trees from spinning. I'm not sure if his voice is coming through the phone or my own head, but I answer it anyway. Sam? Silence fills the woods. For a second, I think he's gone. Like he was never there, but then I hear a breath that isn't mine.
Hey.
He says with an air of relief.
Thought I lost you there.
My eyes crack open to reveal a sliver of the world. I'm too numb from the cold to know which way is up or down or where the sky is. I reach into the back of my mind for some sense and come up empty. Sam? I say again.
Can you hear me? Okay, I wasn't sure this would work.
What's going on?
I wondered if you ever call me back.
He says, as if nothing out of the ordinary. As if we continue having a conversation we left off yesterday.
I missed you. I missed you infinitely.
I can't think straight. I don't know what's happening.
Did you miss me too?
I take in his familiar voice, and the rain against my skin, the feeling of my body sinking into the ground, the sudden dizziness in my head, and I try to make sense of what's happening. As strange as all this seems, I can't help asking, is this really you, Sam?
It's me.
He says, and I laugh a little.
I thought I'd never hear from you again. I thought you might have forgotten about me.
How am I talking to you?
You called me.
His voice is as calm as water.
And I picked up, like I always do.
Always. I don't understand. How is this possible? The line goes quiet. Raindrops roll off my skin like sweat. Sam takes a moment to respond.
To be honest, Julie, I don't understand this either.
He admits.
I don't know how this is happening right now. Just know that it's really me, okay?
Okay, I managed to say. I decided to go along with this, let his voice cover me like an umbrella. Even though this can't be real, I feel my mind slipping and myself sinking deeper into the earth as I hang on to Sam's voice like rope. Even though I don't know where it's coming from, I want this to be him. But it can't be. It's impossible. And then it hits me. I'm dreaming.
This isn't a dream.
Sam says, his voice feeling the words.
I promise.
Then how else are we talking?
The same way we always have. Through the phone. Just like this.
But Sam, I still don't, I start.
I know.
He goes on.
It's a little different this time, but I promise to give you a better answer soon. But for right now, can't we just enjoy this? This phone call, I mean. Getting to hear each other again. Let's talk about something else. Anything you want. Like before.
Before. I close my eyes again, and I try to go back there. Before I lost him. Before any of this happened. Before everything was ruined. But when I open them again, I'm still hearing the words. And Sam is still on the voice on the line.
You still there?
He asked. His voice is so clear and I turn my head, expecting to see him. It's only me out there. A question comes to me. Where are you?
Somewhere.
He answers vaguely. Where? I ask again. I adjust the angle of my phone, listening for background noises on his end, but the rain drowns everything out.
It's hard to explain. I mean, I'm not entirely sure if I know myself. Sorry, I don't have all the answers, but none of that matters, okay? I'm here now. And you and me are connected again. You don't know how much I missed you.
I missed you too. I missed you so much, Sam, but the words don't come out. A part of me still thinks I'm dreaming. Maybe I've fallen into some rabbit hole and entered an alternate reality. Or maybe I hit my head harder than I thought. Whatever it is, I'm afraid that if our conversation ends, I'll lose him again and I'll never get my answer. The rain continues, but the sky has reduced it to a soft drizzle.
What's that sound?
Sam asked, listening.
Is that rain? Julie, where are you?
I glanced around. For a moment, I forgot how I ended up here. Somewhere outside.
What are you doing out there?
I don't remember.
Are you near home?
No, I'm actually not sure where I am. I'm not really sure of anything at that moment.
Are you lost?
I think about this question. There are so many ways I could answer. But instead, I close my eyes to shout out the rest of the world, focusing on Sam's voice, trying to hold on to it for as long as I can.
You should get out the rain, Julie. Find someplace safe and dry, okay?
Sam says.
And as soon as you do, give me a call back.
My heart jolts and I open my eyes. Wait! My voice cracks. Please don't hang up. I'm not ready to lose him again.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere,
He says.
Get somewhere safe and call me back. As soon as you do, I'll pick up, I promise.
He's made a promise before that he didn't keep. And I want to refuse, but I can't seem to speak. I wish I could keep him on the line forever, but Sam repeats these words over and over until I start to believe them.
As soon as you call me back, I'll pick up.
I can't stay out here forever. I'm drenched and I'm beginning to lose the feeling in my hands. I need to get out of these woods and out of the cold before the sun goes down and I can't find my way back. I don't remember how the call ended or what happened after. That part remains a blur in my mind like a missing page from a book. All I know is that I keep walking until I made it out of the woods and found the main road again. It's late evening by the time I reach town. I hurry along wet sidewalks, passing beneath store canopies to avoid the rain. The lights from the diner where I met Mika this morning are off, but the cafe down the street is still lit up. It's the only light on the block. I cross the street and make my way inside. Even at this hour, the place is half filled with students from the university, coupled together beneath Moroccan lamps. Raincoats hang over the back of the bar stool. Laptop screens illuminate the blank faces, and I make my way towards the table in the back without ordering anything. Once I settle down, I turn my chair away from the others and face the window. There are no mirrors in this cafe, so my pale reflection in the glass catches me by surprise. I blow out the tea candle, and the image of me vanishes. I turn a hand through my wet hair. My clothes are dripped onto the hardwood floor. Maybe I should have wrung them out, before I came in. Thankfully, this corner of the cafe is dark enough to keep me unnoticed. I take a few deep breaths to calm myself, and glance around the room. The woman at the table near me is reading a book. I don't want her to overhear the phone call, so I wait a little. She's sitting alone, dressed all in black, and I wonder if she works here. Maybe she's reading on her break. She sips on her tea slowly, making me anxious. It isn't until she gets up to leave that I breathe easier. I pull out my phone, and it's almost 9. How did it get this late? This isn't the first I've ever been aware of the time since I left my house. There are no new messages or missed calls. I guess no one noticed I was gone. I set my phone down on the table and pick it up again. I do this several more times until I lose count. The smell of caffeine and chai stings my nose. And now that I made it out of the woods and I'm thinking more clearly, the thought of calling Sam again seems ridiculous. Whatever happened out there was probably all in my head. At least I think so. Have I completely lost it? I must have, because I pick up the phone again and dial his number. The call goes through. I hear the first ring and hold my breath. But he picks up almost immediately.
Hey, I was waiting for you.
The sound of his voice floods me with relief. I bring my fingers up to my mouth and contain a sound. I don't know whether I feel confused or relieved or a mixture of both. Sam, I say his name without thinking.
I wasn't sure if you called me back.
He says.
Thought you might have forgotten.
I didn't forget. I just wasn't sure where to go.
Where did you end up?
I turn my head and look at the stained glass transom above the doors without thinking. From inside the cafe, the mosaic letters reflected backwards in gold and blue lantern lights. Sun and moon.
The cafe where I used to work?
He asked. I almost forgot. It's been a while since I've been back here. Sam goes quiet for a moment, and I feel him listening into the background noise through the phone. Suddenly, I became aware of them too. The sound of stools scratching against hardwood floor, the clink of a spoon on the ceramic plate, a low murmurs of a conversation from across the room.
That's where I first talked to you. You were sitting in the back of the cafe, do you remember?
My mind flashes back to that day. A black apron, the steam from a warm latte, and a paper lily on the front counter. Sam brought over my drink before I could order, and we talked for hours. That was almost 3 years ago. This isn't the same table, is it? The one in the back by the window? I almost didn't notice.
You used to order a honey lavender latte. I still remember. You never order that anymore, though. You drink coffee now. At least you try to.
He says with a laugh. Feels like yesterday we were sitting here together, but I can't think about this right now. Sam, I say to bring him back.
Remember that time you wanted an espresso to finish your paper, but I said it was way too late for that?
He goes on, almost reminiscently.
You kept insisting, so I made it anyway. And you just couldn't sleep the entire night. You got so mad at me.
I wasn't mad at you, I was just cranky.
Oh, remember the concert? That night I got my guitar signed? We ended up at the cafe too. Isn't that right? We shared one of those half moon cookies. You know, the one with the white icing? The one you said that doesn't look like a moon at all. Remember that?
Of course I remembered. The memory is fresh in my head, sending a flutter into my stomach. I was wearing his denim jacket that day, the one I threw out this morning. We were soaking wet from the rain, exactly how I am right now. My heart is pounding. Why is he bringing these up again? These memories, I don't think I can't hear any more of them. Why are you doing this? I ask.
What do you mean?
Reminding me all of this.
Is that a bad thing?
Sam, I start. Something interrupts me. A shoulder with black sleeves emerges as someone pulls a chair around, taking the table behind me. At the same time, the moment that the door swings open and another couple comes in, holding down an umbrella. It's getting too crowded in here. I turn back to face the window and lower my voice. I just wish you could tell me what's going on, I say. How do I know this is real?
Because this is real. I'm real, Julie. You just have to believe me.
How do you expect me to do that? I feel like I'm going crazy.
You're not crazy, okay?
Then how am I talking to you?
You called me, Julie, and I picked up, like always.
It's the same thing you said before, but it isn't enough. I didn't expect you to answer. I didn't expect to hear from you again.
Are you disappointed?
He asks. His question surprises me. I'm not sure how to answer it. No, that's not what I meant. I only meant that I don't know what to say. My mind is too far away and scattered to concentrate. Someone drops a spoon and it echoes across the room, and I hear laughter on the other tables. It's getting too loud in here. More people pour into the door, and I feel the cafe shrinking and myself about to get crushed.
Julie.
Sam's voice pulls me back. It's the only thing holding me together.
I know nothing makes sense right now, and the two of us talking again, I'm sorry. I don't have all the answers for you. I wish I did. And I wish there was a way to prove this is real. You just have to believe me, okay?
I don't know what to believe anymore. More voices fill the room. Then comes the sound of footsteps, followed by a blur of jeans and blonde hair. The couple who came in appears with hot drinks, taking a table across from me. I try to steal a glance from the corner of my eye without them noticing. The second I recognize the voice, my stomach drops. Taylor settles into her chair as Liam sets their drinks down. Sam's old friends. They've been dating for almost a year now, and they were there at the bonfire the night he died. I turn myself towards the window, lower my head a little, letting my wet hair fall across the side of my face. Of all the people from school I could have run onto, it had to be them. I'm sure they noticed I wasn't at the funeral, and I bet they have a lot to say about it. Sam practically grew up with them. They form a close-knit group that used to hang out before I moved there. The group fizzled out a little when Sam and I started seeing each other. I suspect Taylor had her own reason for this. When I asked Sam why they didn't like me, he said people around here have a thing against those who grew up in the city. Probably because of our family's political differences. Taylor's dad drives a gas-guzzling truck, while mine drove an environmentally friendly car. Kids rolled their eyes when he used to drop me off in front of school. My dad hated it here. He couldn't wait to leave this place. Maybe they haven't noticed me, and I'm too scared to check. I'm deciding whether to wait until they leave or move to the bathroom when a bright light blinds the side of my face, and I look up. Taylor lowers her phone that's pointed right at me. Her eyes widen as she realizes that she forgot to turn the camera flash off. Liam sips his drink, pretending nothing happened, and they don't apologize or say a word to me. My body trembles. I can't deal with this right now, and I just can't.
Julie, what's wrong?
Sam's voice comes back and I remember he's still on the phone. A car appears outside and throws headlights into the cafe window, illuminating me with the spotlight. I have to get out of here. I rise abruptly from my seat, nearly locking over my chair. Taylor and Liam are silent, but I feel their stares as I move between tables, bumping coats and shoulders as I make my way towards the door and throw it open. It finally stopped raining. People are moving towards me from all the sides. So I duck beneath someone's umbrella and hurry down the sidewalk with the phone pressed on my chest. And as soon as I reach the corner, I break into another run. I run until the cafe noise and lights are behind me, and not a single passing car is in sight. A single street lamp barely lights up the side of the block, and I lean against it. The bulb flickers above me as I catch my breath. I remember Sam is still on the line. I put my phone back to my ear.
Julie, what's wrong? Where did you run off to?
My head is pounding. I don't know what to say, so all that comes out is a breathless, I don't understand. What's happening to me? And I never liked this. Even when Sam died, I held my stuff together.
Julie, are you crying?
It isn't until Sam asks this that I realize I am. And I can't stop. What's wrong with me? What am I doing out here? Nothing makes sense anymore. Sam's voice softens.
I'm sorry. I really thought that if I picked up, that everything would be better. This is all my fault. I wish I could fix this.
I take in a deep breath and say, please tell me what's going on, Sam. Tell me why you picked up. There's a long silence before he finally answers this, and he says,
I wanted to give us a chance to say goodbye.
I nearly crumble to the floor. And there's a lump in my throat that makes it almost impossible to speak as I fight back for more tears. I never wanted to say goodbye. I managed to get out.
Don't. You don't have to, okay? You don't have to say it right now.
I wipe my eyes and keep breathing.
Listen,
Sam says after a moment.
How about this? Let me show you something, and I think it'll make you feel better, okay?
Before I ask what it is, he says,
Just trust me.
I trust him. I don't think Sam realizes how much trust I'm already giving him by staying on the phone. I don't know what else to say, so I say nothing at all. I stand there in silence beneath the light of the lamppost as I hold on to Sam's voice and tell myself that everything is okay when I'm no longer sure what's real and what isn't anymore. I take back what I said earlier about the lake. This is the last place I expected to end up tonight. Sam's driveway is empty of cars. Not a single light shines from the window of the house. His family must be staying with some relative outside of the town. I'm not sure what to say or what to do or what I'm doing here. Sam asked me to come and get something that's been meaning to give me.
Trust me,
he keeps saying. There's a spare key taped beneath the mailbox, just like he told me. I find it and open the front door, hoping no one's inside. It's too dark to see anything. The scent of flowers and incense overwhelms me. I step over his little brother's shoes as I feel around for a switch. A single lamp flickers on, and I look around. The living room is filled with flowers that are beginning to wilt. A beautiful wreath of chrysanthemums hang around the mantel. This must be all for Sam. Sam's voice comes on the line.
Is anyone home?
He asked me. I don't think so. It's too quiet in here.
That's weird. Where is everyone?
There's a bunch of flowers for you, though, I tell him. The house is full of them.
Flowers?
Sam repeats. I notice surprise in his voice.
Interesting. Are yours too?
Mine? I look around the room anyway, knowing full well nothing here is for me. Not even a card. A knot of guilt forms in my chest, and I feel terrible again. I don't see them here, that's all I can say.
I'm sure my mom kept them somewhere.
Sam says. Maybe. I don't want to be here anymore, so I take all my shoes off and head upstairs. It's so strange to be alone in this house. I tiptoe past his little brother's James' room, even though he isn't there. Maybe it's out of habit. Sam's room's at the end of the hall. His door is covered with band logos and nasty stickers. The doorknob is cold to the touch. I take a deep breath before I twist it open. I don't need to turn the light to know something is different. The curtain is drawn, giving me enough moonlight to see the boxes in the room. Some of the shelves have been cleaned. Looks like Sam's parents have started to pack things, leaving only the bed sheets and the smell of him. I take another breath. I never thought I would be back here again.
You still there?
Sam's voice brings me back to him.
Sorry, Sorry if my room's a mess.
He always says this right before I came in. What am I looking for?
It's somewhere on my desk.
Sam says.
I wrapped it up for you.
I go through his desk, behind a computer, under folders and in the drawers, but nothing's there.
Are you sure? Try the middle drawer again.
Nothing's here, Sam, I tell him. I glance around the room. It might be in one of the boxes.
What boxes?
I almost didn't want to tell him. There are boxes in your room, and I think your parents are packing things up.
Why would they do that?
I gave him a moment to think this through.
Oh, right. I guess I forgot for a second there.
I can look through them if you want me to, I say. Sam doesn't hear me.
Why would they pack my things up so soon?
He says more to himself than to me.
I haven't been gone that long, have I?
You know, I can't speak for your parents, but sometimes it's just hard to look at these things. I try to explain.
I guess so.
I turn on the desk lamp to see the room better. The boxes are half filled with Sam's clothes, books, CDs, and record collections. I rolled up the posters, so many things that I thought I'd never seen again. I suddenly remember the thing I threw out of this morning. Here. They're right here in front of me. Sam's Radiohead t-shirt, his Marine hat he bought when we were in Seattle, even though he knows nothing about baseball. Well, it all still smells like him. For a second, I forget what I'm looking for.
Did you find it yet?
Sam asks again. I open another box. This one's full of recording equipment. Sam must have spent the last 6 months saving up for his microphone. He always talked about recording his own music. And I told him I've helped him with the lyrics. Sam wanted to be a musician. He wanted his songs to play on the radio someday. And he wanted to make it in the world. Now he'll never get the chance. I find a gift eventually. It's wrapped with magazine pages and filled with tissues. But it's heavier than I expected. What is it?
Just open it, Jules.
I tear it open, letting the wrapping paper fall to the rug, and it takes me a second to realize what it is. Wait a second. I turn it over in my hand, trying to make sense of what I'm holding. The winged bookend. The same one I threw out this morning, but it can't be. Sam, where did you get this?
At the antique shop. It's the other half you were missing.
I examine it closely. He's right. This isn't the same one I kept in my room. It's the long-lost half we couldn't find. But I thought someone bought it by the time we came back.
Oh, that was me.
Wait, what do you mean?
That's the surprise.
Sam says with a laugh.
I went back and got the other piece for you, and I let you think it was gone. That way, it would be more special when you finally get to put them together. When the wings are complete, it's pretty romantic, right?
Except, I don't have the other wing anymore. Because I threw it out. And now the two pieces will never be reunited. I can't believe I ruined his gift. I ruined everything.
I was expecting a big reaction.
Sam says, noticing my silence.
Did I do something wrong?
No, you didn't. It's only I don't have the other piece anymore, Sam.
Oh, did you lose it?
I clenched his bookend. No, I threw it out.
What do you mean?
I threw everything out. All of your stuff, I couldn't look at it anymore. I was trying to forget you. Sorry, Sam. Silence fills the room. I know he's too hurt by this, so I tell him. I tried to get it back, but it was too late. Everything was already gone. I know I'm terrible and I'm sorry.
You're not terrible.
Sam says.
Don't say that. I'm not mad at you, okay?
My eyes water again. I ruined your gift.
You did not ruin anything. You can still keep it. It'll be like before.
Before. What does he mean by that? There's no going back there anymore. But the rest of your things, they're still gone. I'll never get those back again. Sam thinks about this.
Well, how about you take something else of mine? Anything you want from my room.
I already thought about this, but I was afraid to ask. Are you sure?
Of course. Anything at all.
he says.
I want you to have it.
I keep him on the phone as I go through the boxes again. This is so strange. A complete reversal of what I was doing this morning. I take the Radiohead t-shirt and a few other things. A guitar pick, a band bracelet, the hat he bought on his trip to Tokyo. Then I head to the closet and I slide it open. There's still some clothes hanging, but I find it immediately. There it is. His oversized plaid button-down shirt. Sam wore it almost every day, regardless of the season. I guess even his parents couldn't throw it away. I take the shirt from the hanger and put it on, and for a brief second, I feel his hands on me. But it's only in my head. I wet my eyes with his sleeve, and after a moment, I walk over to the bed and lie down. The phone feels warm against my cheek. It's been a long day and even a longer week. And I don't realize how exhausted I am until my body rests on the mattress that feels the same as my own. Sam tells me I can stay in his room as long as I need. I don't even have to say much. I just stay on the phone, listening, and I feel him there on the other line with me. And after a moment, almost out of the blue, Sam says,
I'm sorry.
For what? I ask him.
For all of this.
At first, I don't know what he's apologizing for, but then I realize what he meant. At least I think so. Me too, I whisper. Sam stays with me on the phone for the rest of the night, and we talk until I fall asleep. Just like we've done 1,000 times before. Chapter 3. Before. It's too dark to see anything. A hand moves across my face and pulls a string, illuminating the desk lamp on the floor between us. White sheets hang down from the ceiling light in Sam's bedroom as we lay on the carpet with pillows stacked around us like walls. We're hiding in the fort he built with his little brother, James. Sam reached over and moves my hair out of my face to see me better. He's wearing his favorite royal blue tank, the one that shows his shoulders and really brings out his summer tanned skin. He whispers, "We could do something else if you're bored." James pokes his head in through the opening of the sheets with a flashlight. "I heard that!" Sam drops his head, groaning. "We've been in here for 2 hours. You promised to hang out tonight," James says. He just turned 8 years old. "Come on, I thought you guys were having fun." "We are," I assure him, and give Sam a nudge on the arm. "Sam, relax." "Yeah, Sam, relax," James repeats. "All right, another hour." I look up nervously at the ceiling lamp that holds onto the weights of the sheets and glance around the fort. It looks like it could fall apart at any moment. "Are you sure it's safe in here?" "Oh, don't worry," Sam says with a laugh. "We've done this a million times before. Right, James?" "Nobody's safe out here in the wastelands," James says in his creepy voice. "That's right," Sam says to play along. He looks at me. "We should really be worried about what's out there. Better cuddle up and keep each other safe," he whispers playfully. He leans in and kisses me on the cheek. James winces. "Ew, not in the fort. It was just a cheek." I break out with laughter, then go quiet again. "Do you hear that?" I pause to listen. "I hear rain." "Acid rain," James corrects me. I look at Sam and sigh. "I'm gonna have to walk home in that." "Or you could stay the night," he says through a smirk. "Sam." James points the flashlight at our face. "Mom says to tell her if Julie ever stays past midnight." "You would do that for me?" Sam asks, looking hurt. "My own brother." "She said she'd give me $10. "So you're taking bribes now, eh?" Sam says. "What if I give you 15? "Mom said you'd make me an offer. She said she's willing to match anything. Plus tickets to the Rocket game." Sam and I look at each other. He shrugs. "She's good." Let's focus, James says, looking out through the opening of the fort for signs of trespassers. We need to figure out what the aliens have done with the others they kidnapped. I thought we were hiding from the zombie apocalypse, Sam says. That the aliens started. Duh, James says, rolling his eyes. He repositions his arms, holding the flashlight like a lightsaber. We need to hurry and get the ingredients for the antidote. We can't lose any more men. Behind us lays the body of Mr. Bear wrapped inside a pillowcase. Together, we had to make the hard decision of putting him down before the virus spread to the rest of us. Oh, you mean this antidote? Sam holds up a glass vial that looks like his bottle of cologne. James lowers his lightsaber slowly. His voice darkens. You've had that all along? While one of our men was infected? Been in my pocket the entire time. You traitor! Worse, Sam says. I'm the alien. James narrows his eyes. I knew it. I gasp as James throws himself onto Sam, pulling down the fort with him. The sheets fall all over me, covering my face, and then rise again in the air before they shift and fall into flakes of snow as the scene changes around me. I'm sitting in Sam's car with my door open. We're parked across the street from the Reed College campus. The ground is covered with leaves and a thin layer of snow. Sam opens his door and walks around to the side of the car. He squats down to look at me and offers a hand. Come on, Julie. Let's check it out, he says. We drove all the way here. I said we don't need to. It's already starting to snow. We should go. I'd hardly call this snow, Sam says. Let's just go, Sam, I say again, and face the front of the car, ready to leave. I thought you wanted to look around campus. I mean, isn't that why we drove 4 hours? I only wanted to get a sense of the place, and I got it. From the seat of my car? He rests a hand on the roof and looks down. I don't get it. You were so excited when you planned this. Now you want to leave already? It's nothing. I want to check out downtown before everything closes. Let's go, I say. Julie, Sam says. He gives me the look that means he knows me too well. Tell me what's wrong. I cross my arms and sigh. I don't know. What if I hate it? It already doesn't look like anything from the pictures. I'm underwhelmed. But you haven't even seen all of it yet. What if it's worse? I pointed out at a red brick building that resembles a barn near an empty field. Look, that is straight out of Ellensburg. You're not giving your dream school a fair shot, Julie, Sam says. He stands and glances around at the people walking by. Don't you want to at least talk to some of the students? Ask them questions about what it's like here? About the social life and stuff? Not really, I say. What if they're all a bunch of rich elite snobs who keep asking me what my parents do for a living? Well, that's what we're here to find out. I take a deep breath and let it out. I don't know. Sam, there's this air about the city that's... what's the word? I pause to think. Pretentious. I thought you liked pretentious, Sam says. I give him a look. Kidding, he smiles. So, now you don't like Portland at all. I see. Overrated, as far as I can tell. Sam sighs, and I squats down to my level again. His voice softens. You're scared about leaving your mom, aren't you? He says. I don't want her to be alone, I say. My dad already left, so maybe I should take a year or two off and work at the bookstore. Mr. Lee said he'd promote me to an assistant manager. Is that what your mom would want? Sam asks. I don't say anything. Is that what you want? Nothing from me. She's gonna be fine, Jules, Sam says. Okay, you can't name a more independent person. I mean, your mom teaches a class called Distorting Time. She literally does Pilates in other dimensions. I know, I say. Sam takes my hand and our fingers lace. Portland's gonna be great, he promises. We'll find a cool little apartment downtown, fix it up, look for coffee shops where I can play music, and you can sit and write. It'll be like we planned. Maybe. Let's see what this campus is all about, he says. We really don't have to, I say. I'm fine with what I see from the car, really. Fine, he sighs. Then I'll drive the car onto the quad. He pulls out his keys and a stand. What? Sam! It's something he would absolutely do. I grab him before he steps out of the car. Okay, I'll go. Sam smiles as he takes both my hands and helps me out of the car as fog begins to rise around us. I follow Sam into like walking through a wall of smoke as strobe lights flash all around me and music begins to flare, growing louder until I realize I've gone somewhere else. The smoke fades as Sam takes me down a crowded basement in someone's house while their parents are out of town. It's my first high school party, and I don't know anyone here. There's a ping pong table littered with red and blue cups. People are not really dancing, but swaying to the music. Several guys are wearing sunglasses indoors. It looks like I came late. Did you want something to drink? Sam asked through the music. Sure, what do they have? Sam looks at the bar against the wall. Do you like beer? He asks. Yeah, I lie. I'm not planning to drink anything. I just want it to hold something. I remember a trick my mother told me she used back in her days. Dump it out and fill it with cranberry juice. I hear her voice in my head. Sam leads me through the crowd towards a red couch in the back where a girl in white sweatshirts is sitting with her legs crossed. This is my cousin, Mika, Sam introduces us. This is Julie. She just moved here. Mika stands to shake my hand. Nice to meet you, she says. Where are you from again? Seattle. Right. I can tell. You can? I ask, unsure what to make of that. Sam looks at her, then back at me. So, how do you like Ellensburg so far? He asks. I could tell he's already had something to drink. I don't know. I don't know yet, I say. There isn't really a lot to do around here. Sam nods. Yeah, I guess. You're probably used to laser shows and holograms and 3D arcades and stuff like that, right? She says she's from Seattle, not from the future, Sam, Mika says. No, we have some of those things, I say. Sam looks at Mika. See? Someone bumps into me, almost knocking over my drink, so I step out of the way. This is a senior party, Sam says to impress me. I had to ask Spence if you could come. He's the one that lives here. It's his older brother's party. I can't think of anything else to say, but cool! A minute passes without saying anything. Sam tries to make small talk. So, what do you like to do for fun? I like to write, I say. Like books? I guess so. I mean, I haven't written one yet, but someday. What's your favorite book? He asks. I like The Buried Giant. Oh, that's my favorite too, Sam says. He's lying, he's never read that, Mika says. Sam shoots her a look. Mika mouths. Mika shouts, I'll leave you two alone, and disappears through the crowd. Okay, maybe I haven't read that yet, Sam admits. But I know the author. He's Japanese, right? Yeah, Ishiguro. I knew it, Sam nods. My mom has all his books in our living room. The music slows down to something more palatable. The blues of an electric guitar with a Leninist voice swaying through it. It's Mark Lenigan. Do you know him? Of course, I lie. He's from here, you know, Ellensburg. My dad ran into him at the gas station once. Oh, how cool, I lie again. Yeah, see, exciting things happen around here too. Ellensburg is a great place. You're really gonna like it, he says with some confidence. I've been to Seattle and it sucks. You're so lucky you left. Oh, I love Seattle, I say. Oh, yeah? I mean, I heard good things. He tries to smile. This is a good song, I say. It's Strange Religion, Sam says, nodding to the melody. One of my favorites. We listen to the song, nodding along, awkwardly looking at each other from time to time, while others in the basements have couples together, slow dancing. When Sam nearly stumbles, I catch his arm. Oh, you should sit down, I say, and help him onto the couch. Sam rests the back of his head against a wall, and I can't tell if he's about to fall asleep. He seemed fine a moment ago. "You don't drink often, do you?" I ask. "No," Sam says. "Me neither," I say. "I'm really glad you came out tonight," he says. "I wasn't sure if you would." "Well, I did," I say. I take the cup from his hand and place it on the table. "Maybe we can hang out sometime, like after school or something." "I like that." "Do you drink coffee?" "No, but I'm teaching myself to," I say. "I'm really glad you came tonight." "You just said that." Sam smiles at me and shuts his eyes. Suddenly the music cuts off, someone flickering the lights on and off, and a voice shuts down from the top of the stairs. "Dudes! Cops are outside! Back door! Everybody! Sam, wake up! We have to go!" He yawns as I wrap his arm around my neck and lift him from the couch. A stampede of bodies race towards the backyard as I limp and stumble, trying to follow them out. Eventually, I make it through the door and emerge into complete darkness as the weight of Sam vanishes from around my shoulders. The scene changes again, and I find myself somewhere else. A breeze blows against my skin, and when I look up through the dark, I see I've made it outside. I blink, and a baseball diamond emerges through the moonlight. A telescope stands in the middle, angled towards the sky. Leaning down beside it is Sam, who's trying to adjust something. "Yeah, this isn't going to work," he says. "What's wrong?" I ask. He looks up at me, his eyes flashing with disappointment. "It's too cloudy out. You can't see anything." "I thought this would work. I wanted to surprise you," he says. I squint at the sky. "Surprise me with what? Stars?" "No, I wanted to show you Saturn's rings. For that story you're writing in class. You said you wish you could see it so you could describe it better." He leans down, checking the lens on a telescope again. "Dang it. I can't believe you went out of your way to do this. I emailed the astronomy department at the university and everything," he tells me. "And they're only letting me borrow the telescope for tonight." "Sam," I whisper and touch his back. He looks up from the lens. He and I have never kissed before. And I'll never forget his look of surprise when I pulled his face slowly with my hands and pressed my lips to his. We felt a slight shock of static from the metal of the telescope. "Thank you for this," I whisper. "But you didn't even get to see it." "I'm good with my imagination." We both smile. Sam puts his hands around me and pulls me in for a longer, second kiss beneath the cloudy night sky and bars of moonlight breaking through it. I remember he said later, "I'll show them to you another time. I promise." He never kept that promise.